Your thoughts on Bull as captain and what does he bring to the table which is different to previous seasons?
When he crosses that field, when he crosses that road, he's got this winning mentality. He's got this, I do not die. We must win this game over my dead body.
I don't die and then over my
Yeah, over my dead body.
Oh my god, I
You know?
love his swagger.
Jorah.
Yeah. MS Dhoni was for me, like unreal. I think he's the only person I've ever played with. If you're an average player, he can squeeze the best out of you. And again, not many people can do that.
Who would you say was the standout pick for us in the auction?
Zams.
So I give complete credit to Ravi Bopara on that one, because then when the auction started for Zamps, the base price was 150 and we actually got him for 160.
Shoaib Malik. We sort of came together, and I think Chris Gale was going really well. So I said, does anyone want to bowl? So I said, yeah, I'll bowl. And he says, do you bowl? Shoaib Malik said, do you bowl? I said, yeah, of course I bowl. So he gives me the ball, get Chris Gale out, I think with my second ball or something. He just hits it straight out.
Mo, you decided this year to skip the IPL and come play at the PSL.
Obviously, you guys being at Karachi was big for me as well to obviously come here. It's a shorter comp. Last year I played in IPL, I played half the games and I batted twice.
Who would be your favorite Pakistani cricketer of all time?
For me, Syed Anwar is hands down. He was the best player I ever seen.
Favorite Pakistani bowler of all time?
Fast bowler or spinner? Doesn't matter.
Paul,
Shoaib Malik.
leave it to you.
Shoaib Malik.
For you, Shoaib Akhtar?
I also love Shoaib Akhtar. But Sackline for me.
Even if we would have one retention, we'd go for Hassan Ali.
Hassan Ali. Definitely.
For me, the best bowler in Pakistan.
By the way, this also gives me an opportunity to clear a controversy. Obviously, you and Bull didn't have a fight.
No.
We started our tournament in Lahore. Now we're in Karachi. Which city has better food? Rav, your call.
Bro, my video went viral one because we were doing a press conference. Food-wise, I've been a little bit disappointed in Lahore. Karachi was really nice. Karachi people were like, yeah, he's been saying, what is it? And then Lahore people were like, nah, he's talking rubbish, this and that. It was big, but I'm going to stick with Karachi.
The matchups. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to a very special episode of the ARY Podcast. I'm your host Haider Azhar और हर साल की तरह PSL के वक्त मैं एक बार फिर आपके सामने हाजिर हूँ और आज जो हमारे पॉडकास्ट के गेस्ट हैं वो मेरे लिए पर्सनली बहुत ही ज़्यादा स्पेशल हैं because not only are these two absolute legends of the game, multiple World Cup winners. I think between the two of them they won 3 World Cups as well. But they are dear friends and absolutely wonderful human beings. Let me introduce you to the head coach of Karachi Kings, Ravi Bopara. Rav, how are you?
Good.
Right.
Even better now that I've seen you.
Oh, wow. This is going to be, this podcast is going to be full of mutual admiration. I think all of us can pretty much sense the tone of this entire podcast. And with him, one of the most amazing players England has ever produced, Mr. Moeen Ali. How are you, Mo?
I'm good. It's an honor.
Yeah, I mean, I'd really appreciate if you focus on me and not the television behind me because
Sorry,
I know
sorry.
you're a massive cricket geek and any game that is on, Mo is always just focused on that. But Mo, you're coming back to the PSL after 5 years, right? So how has it been so far for you?
It's been really good. Obviously, familiar faces within our team from when I first played for Sultan.
Multan
Multan
Sultan.
Sultan, sorry. Yeah, it's been a
But
while.
you can say Sultan Multan.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. So,
As long as you don't mess up our name, we're fine.
Yeah. So you guys, obviously, Rav was playing at the time you were there, and we had a great time then. Sadly, because of COVID, that was done. But it's great to be back in Pakistan playing in the PSL and in a top side.
And so far, I think it's been absolutely wonderful for us as well. Couldn't have asked for a better start. 3 wins out of 3. I know it's a long tournament and we've had a considerable break. And we will be playing tomorrow. By the time this is getting recorded, we have a match tomorrow. Rav, let's just talk about let's just dive right into PSL 11. As a head coach, when you've had a break of 7 days, how do you re-energize the boys and how do you sort of like try to bring back the momentum?
Yeah, great question.
Thank you so much. That was pretty much it. No, but go on.
But look, I think it's important to speak to the players and see what they want to do as well. Because 7 days is a lot, to sit in a hotel for 7 days or say out of those 7 days, we're going to go training for 4 or 5 days, it can be a little bit too much. So speaking to them and saying, do you want to get off and go and see your families, spend a bit of time with your families, or even speak to some of the overseas players and see what they want to do. Do they want to get out and then come back after a few days and just freshen up? I think those sort of things are very, very important, because things can, as you know, can get a bit stale sitting in a hotel, and it just gets a bit...
It's not easy.
No, it's not easy. It gets a bit boring, and then, the energy levels just start to drop a little bit. So I think we've been quite good at that, with your help as well. I think your suggestions of certain players going off and seeing their families, very important.
Very well played, Rav. You literally shifted the entire blame and responsibility on me. But I actually agree with you, right? Because the way franchise cricket is run nowadays, all these players, all you guys are super professional, right? So, I mean, all of you know what you need to do to perform at the very, very best, right? So if you can get breaks in between, that definitely must help a lot.
Yeah, and for different people, it's different. So some guys like breaks. We have had training, obviously 3 days of training in between. But I feel when the environment is good and you have good people around you, those 6-7 days, they go quite quickly. You have a good time. You manage to find things to do. And obviously games have been going on. So in the evenings, we watch the games. And you're learning as well as the tournament goes on, watching the oppositions and trying to get information that you probably don't know or didn't know before that week. So it's really important that you do obviously get time away. And like I said, everyone's different. But like Rav said, it's really important that some players do take that break, go away. Some guys stay behind and work on their game.
Yeah, I mean, let's try to focus a bit on both of you, right? So you've already mentioned, obviously, the last time you came into the PSL, both of you were teammates. But you guys go way back, right? So I think the first time you guys played together, you were 16 and he was 28, right?
28 stones.
Oh, I was a big boy.
You were a big boy?
When I was young. I'm talking around
way younger.
Around the age of 12 or 13, I was huge.
Huge.
As wide as this chair.
Okay. I can't picture you.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so you said when you first saw him, he was a bit leaner than that.
Yeah, he was fit. By then, he was fit, playing obviously professional cricket, and I think he had played for Essex by then. But yeah, I was 16, coming into under 19s for England. He was already had played, and I always say this to guys: at under 19 level, I've never seen anyone as good as that. Like honestly, he was unbelievable player.
As good as Ravi Bopara.
No ways. Like
Seriously?
we had Alistair Cook and all these guys playing, and for me, I was like, I remember going into a net, right, and they had a couple of fast bowlers, and I was like, flipping, these guys are quick. Obviously, the 18, 19. Yeah. And Ravi went in and smashed them everywhere, and I was like, flip, that's like different level. For me, that was unreal.
By the way, funny enough, you're not the first person who said this to me. Grant Flower actually says the same thing about you.
Oh, Grant, yeah. Because I was a young boy when I first started playing with Grant Flower. And Andy.
And
Obviously,
Andy.
they came together. So
No, but so that was your first interaction with him, coming into
Yeah.
the under 19s while he was already.
Yeah, properly, yeah.
Wow. When did you make your England debut?
I was 21.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 21. So quite soon after that.
Yeah, in Pakistan, by the time you're 21, your career is over. But I mean, I'm glad you're
But I think they
starting
played
off.
against Australia one game.
Yes,
you got 100, right?
that's where it
Yeah.
really kick-started. Australia came over for a touring game against Essex. 'Cause they always play a match against Essex, a touring match. And I think I got 100 in that game. And then from there, it was almost like, okay, you're next in kind of thing. So
Yeah.
being
So-
in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, but I guess so. No, but obviously you were super talented. I mean, your 115 kilometer per hour thunderbolts were renowned the world over. No, but on a serious note, I mean, you were one of those. I think when T20 cricket really exploded, when you had the first lot of proper all-rounders coming through the system, right? So you would always mention Ravi Bopara amongst those, and I think it also helps when you play every league on every Sunday and Tuesday and Wednesday and never be at home.
But before that, it was like the red ball. Red ball was the main
Yeah.
thing. So Rav used to bowl a little bit in red ball, not as much as. And then once that all-rounder tag in white ball, T20 cricket in particular came, obviously with the skill, knocker balls and everything, that was just that extends your
Yeah.
cricketing T20 career.
But that's what T20 cricket did. I mean, I remember making that switch to saying, okay, well, what's the point of me running up and bowling as hard as I can, which is the go-to right now. I was thinking I have to do. I can't bowl like them. I can't bowl 85 miles per hour, 90 miles per hour. I just can't do it. So I may as well go the opposite end of the scale and see what happens. So I made that decision quite early in my career, or even T20, because T20 started in 2003. So it's quite early. So I just said, I'm going to go complete opposite side, and I'm going to bowl as slow as I can and see who can hit it. And generally, not a lot of people hit it.
And you use those type of bowlers as almost like a spinner.
Yeah.
Spinner's field, knuckleball, leg cutter, off cutter, whatever it is.
And it has been effective everywhere he's gone. I mean, obviously, we're talking about Karachi Kings, and the first season of the HPL PSL, Ravi Bopara finished as player of the tournament, right? And he also came in midway in the tournament to captain the side. And he also registered one of the most amazing performances ever in any T20 in any T20 anywhere. And I also remember your 6 wickets against Lahore Qalandars. That was a phenomenal performance, right? So talk us through that.
I was just fresh off that World Cup in 2015, but we had a bad World Cup, England had, and they were refreshing the team, and I wasn't part of that. So my opportunity to go and play in franchise cricket became more frequent. So I remember that being one of the first sort of tournaments of me being available after any England commitments. It was pretty much done. So I was like still very, very hungry. I was like, well, I'm going to prove England wrong that I should be playing. So I was in that phase of being really hungry. I mean, I was throughout my career, but at that time I was probably at my strongest as well as a cricketer. So, you wanted me to talk about?
Yeah, I was waiting.
You want me to talk about just that one game?
Yeah, and I didn't want to interrupt you because I know you'll bite my head off if I interrupt you. I'm really scared of Ravi Bopara right now. I don't want to interview him.
I have been snappy recently.
I know.
Very snappy. But I
think
realise
that comes with the territory.
But I realise it. You know, some people deny it. I don't deny it. I have been snappy.
Good on you, right? Again, the reason why we're focusing on his career is because obviously he just recently announced his retirement till at least the next month. And
I've had plenty of retirements.
and the thing with him is, I mean, he's just recently been nominated as one of the Hall of Famers for the Blast as well. But I do want to come back to you on some of the performance. But I'm still waiting for Rav to explain their performance against Lahore Qalandars. Lahore are arch rivals. So let's talk about that because I need to give them some viral content. So far, the only thing I've gotten is that you were overweight when you were young and you're still hungry. That's the only two things. And we'll probably edit those snippets in such a way that we can make something out of it.
Okay. Let's talk about that again.
Yeah, go on.
You twisted my arm. What I remember really clearly about that game was Shoaib Malik. We sort of came together, and I think Chris Gale was going really well. And we were like, we've actually got to get him out. You've got to get Chris Gale out, otherwise the game's over. So I said, does anyone want to bowl? So I said, yeah, I'll bowl. And he says, do you bowl? Shoaib Malik said, do you bowl? I said, yeah, of course I bowl. And he said, what do you bowl? I said, well, to Chris Gale, I'm going to run up and bowl off cutters. And he goes, oh, okay. Do you want to bowl now? I said, yeah, give me the ball. So he gives me the ball, get Chris Gale out, I think with my second ball or something. He just hits it straight up. Okay, fine. He's out, so I'm thinking, all right, my job's done. So he gives me the ball again for another over, get another couple of wickets. Keeps throwing me the ball, and the wickets just keep coming, silly shots, bad LBW decisions. Everything just goes my way on that day with the ball. Yeah, just worked out perfect. And then obviously with the bat, I think we batted first actually. Had a good day out with the bat as well.
Yeah.
Which was a bit of a habit against Lahore. I remember in the early days of the PSL, Lahore was the team that I enjoyed playing against a lot of the time.
And Karachi's record actually indicates how comfortable Karachi Kings has always been against Lahore. And ladies and gentlemen, based on that one performance, Ravi Bopara has managed to survive 11 seasons of the HPL PSL. But talking about funny and accidental bowling changes, your first season, again, this was Multan Sultan, so I need to give that disclaimer, right? So we came up, Sean was the captain. We came up with this methodology of giving him signals from the outside for matchups. That was Salman Ali Agha, who's actually just come in and interrupted us. Thank you, Agha, for that. Anyway, so talking about that game, right? So your first season, I think it was our first game. We were playing against Lahore Qalandars, right? And we used to send out signals. And I still remember Fakhr and Lynn started.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God, they were so destructive. And then we put up a matchup and we said, yes, we know it's the power play. We will put up a matchup for Shahid Afridi, right?
Yeah.
To Sean, to let Shahid Afridi bowl. And he looks around, there was some conference going on in between, and suddenly, I still remember your expression, you said, bring it over here.
Yeah.
You took the ball, and the first ball, I think, Lynn tried to have a go at you.
No, he hit me for 6 first ball.
First ball,
I
6.
remember that.
Yeah.
You know when he hit that 6, I thought, I'm getting hit for 6 sixes.
I remember that.
I promise you, I thought he was going to hit me for 6 sixes.
It was a bad matchup. It was a
It was a
bad
bad one for him. Not
Yeah.
for Fakhr, obviously, not for Fakhr because he's left-handed. But yeah, at the time, him taking the first ball.
You took the first ball, went for a 6. I think then they went another boundary, and then immediately you got Lynn out, and then I think there was also a run out in that over.
There
So-
was Lynn, a run out, and then Fakhr came on strike and got Fakhr out.
yeah.
So we got 3 wickets in that over. But that was actually 2 things. So obviously Shahid wanted the ball outside the power play, which is fair enough because that's what he does. But he did say also, he said, you know what, I think you're going to get him out. He said to me, he said,
Yeah.
I think you'll get him out. So I said, okay, give me, no problem.
And again, this was again a time when, okay, so the decision was made, and later on, I went to Sean and I said, mate, great call. Obviously,
Yeah, yeah.
3 wickets coming in. You got the danger man out, but can you walk me through the decision? And he goes, pretty simple. What? Lala gave the ball to Moeen. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. But that can happen in T20 cricket. Sometimes you come on against somebody you think, he can take me down, yeah. But actually, at the same time, you get him out. Actually, the ball I got Lynn out wasn't a great ball. I think it was like a half volley or something. He just smashed it straight to mid-off. But in T20 cricket, that can happen. And it just changes everything.
Both of you have won so much in world cricket, right? I mean, I think the 2010 T20 World Cup, you were there. 2019 and 2020. 2019 50 over World Cup, and of course the 2023 World Cup, right? For you, which one was more memorable?
The T20 World Cup. 2019 was great because of the whole journey. Obviously,
Yeah.
Journey together, 5 years or 4 years, like Raf said, the team had changed and they just gave everyone a chance and you stayed in the side, etc. But for me, the T20 World Cup, because I don't know, that just felt we weren't the strongest side. Like I think 2019, we were one of the strongest side. India wasn't as good as they are now, and Pakistan actually beat us in that, but they weren't as good as they have been. And the other teams were not as good as they are now. So we were a strong side then. So we kind of expected to win, even though we probably made it hard for ourselves. But the one in Australia where we beat Pakistan in final, we didn't have a strong. We had good players, but not a strongest side. But everything just seemed to gel together and just work out. And we were really smart in the way we picked teams and we kept it really simple. We had no data person or anyone to tell us who to bowl, when to bowl. We just went on gut feel. We went against stats actually because of what was in front of us.
I thought that England team, the one you're saying you didn't feel like you had a strong, I thought this was a very
Yeah, I mean,
strong
I was
side.
like, okay,
That
mate,
was easily.
if you want to be humble about
that was
it.
easily the best side in the competition.
Yeah.
At that stage, England's second team would have won that World Cup. There was so many good players.
Yeah.
No, we had good players, but we had, for example, the ground suited us because it was wide. We had like Sam Curran was playing out of his skin.
It just suited him perfectly. those
Stokesy was
conditions.
opening. He was only bowling one. He was bowling the first over. Obviously, there was me and Rush, but then Mark Wood would play and Chris Wilkes. So bowling attack wise, we didn't have Jofra. We didn't have CJ played the last couple of games. It wasn't an amazing side, but like Harry Brook was new to the side. Salty wasn't a.
I would give my left arm to have that team.
Yeah.
No, it was a
Any
great
day,
side, but
yeah.
it's like Salty. It wasn't that salt.
You're
like you
just
can see
trying to
now.
be humble about it, man. I mean,
But like Butler, Hales were amazing.
Yeah.
yeah. Hales had a
serious.
phenomenal.
we
Hales
need-
had a phenomenal.
Yeah, Hales is honestly unbelievable T20 player. Unbelievable
Yeah.
player. Obviously, Joss. And the rest of us were just, what we did was batted deep. We had all rounders. We had people just in their roles. like I said, Stokesy bowled 1 over, and that was the first over of the game. That
Yeah.
was it.
Speaking of because we mentioned Ravi's bowling performance, right? So it would be a miss if I don't mention your bowling performances, right? And for me, nothing should be celebrated more than a hat trick in a test match.
Yeah, for me, that was the best feeling I ever had on a field.
Best thing for you as well,
Personally,
right?
personally, yeah.
Yeah,
From a
yeah.
personal point, yeah.
So talk us through that hat trick.
I was having a good.
It was an
series.
Ashes. It was an
No,
Ashes.
South Africa.
South Africa, sorry.
But it
yeah.
was the best series I had from a personal point. I was batting well, bowling well. In that game, Dean Elgar was playing well, and we obviously had to bowl him out, which we probably eventually would have. But they were playing well, and I just managed to get him out, and then Rabada and Morkel came in. And you should get them out. But obviously, to win the game with a hat trick, I think that was what made it special. It wasn't the fact that it was just a hat trick. It was like the last 3 wickets of the other innings, and just from a personal point, like I'm more of a. It is about winning. Like especially as I got older, it's just winning series, winning trophies. It's really important. But for me personally, that was the best feeling I had on the field from a personal point, because I've never had a hat trick before,
Yeah.
and to do it in a test match in England. And England crowds are amazing, so yeah, I love Test cricket, so yeah.
I mean, I remember it obviously because all of us were. I still remember. I think I was streaming it somewhere, and was actually doing something else, right? But was streaming it, and obviously, all of us were rooting for you, and so it was great to see, and probably one of my favorite Test moments of the last 15 years, right? So I mean, again, is it? I think you guys may have actually completed cricket. I mean, I don't think there's anything left. Obviously, for you, it would be head coaching, but yeah, you've pretty much checked
Nah.
all boxes as far as cricket is concerned.
No, cricket's just
yeah.
no one's ever cracked it, ever.
Mate, you've cracked the code.
You ticking a load of boxes, but
Yeah.
the game keeps moving on.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Keeps
game is
moving on. New things keep coming up, which we're not going to be part of. That's just normal.
there's a lot of things you've done where you didn't expect to do, or you didn't think you would do. That's that I
We
think
wouldn't have thought cricket's going to be where it is today.
Yeah.
Like I never thought that. Not in, let's just say 2003 when T20 cricket started in England. Didn't think it was going to be this.
Yeah,
Playing all over the world, making a career as a T20 cricketer. It just wasn't on the checklist. It was right. I'm going to grind it out in 4-day cricket
Yeah.
with a red ball for the next 15, 20
Yeah.
years till I'm 40, and that's it. I'm going to be working on my forward defence for the rest of my life. And that was pretty much where I saw it, and it just changed so quickly. Like it didn't feel that gradual. It just happened all of a sudden. So go to the IPL, and then suddenly it's just right. You got to fly to here. You got to fly there. You got to fly there. There's a league there. There's a league in Timbuktu. You got to go there everywhere. So
But you
And
learn
that, ladies
more.
and gentlemen, is Ravi Bopara's career in a small sentence. A league in Timbuktu. That's actually true in his particular case.
But you will learn more playing in all the leagues around the world than if you just had an international career. If you only just played international cricket, you won't learn as much as you do playing all the franchise leagues, playing with all different players and stuff.
Oh, massively. I mean, I wish there was more league cricket in my England days, because we would have learned how to play in different conditions a lot earlier in our careers. So going to places like India and Sri Lanka was really, really difficult.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
It was
really
rare.
difficult, because we just didn't spend enough time there. We didn't play any competitive cricket there before you went into playing Test cricket or one-day cricket. We didn't know how to play in those conditions because there was no league cricket, franchise cricket. As soon as franchise cricket came about and guys started travelling to play franchise cricket in the subcontinent, so you'd play the PSL or whatever, then you're playing the IPL, then you might play in the Sri Lankan Premier League, then you might play in the BPL. Yeah. So you're now getting in tune with those conditions, and they almost become your home conditions. So I know how to play in these conditions now. Whereas back in the day, it was like, okay, we're going on a tour once every 4 years to India. You got no idea. You'll get eaten up by their spinners. Just didn't know how to deal with it. So, I mean, franchise cricket's done a lot for teams to get better and players to get better in conditions all around the world.
Now that you've actually opened the door for me to ask this question, obviously you've played every other league in the world. I believe there are a couple more leagues coming up where obviously Ravi Bopara will be a marquee signing there as well. Rav, please be aware of the fact that this is the HPL PSL. So how would you compare the PSL to all the other leagues in the world?
PSL's been very close to my heart, as you know, from the first season. I think getting player of the season, first season, brought me closer to the league as well, and not just the league, but to Kings Karachi. So I immediately developed a soft spot for the PSL, and it's been, and we, the first few years was played in Dubai, which was fantastic. I mean, it was an amazing place to play cricket. We hadn't played that much cricket in Dubai at the time, so having experienced cricket there for those years, I thought was great.
Yeah, but then PSL coming in back to Pakistan in front of home crowds, obviously it elevated the league to where it is today, right? So I mean, when you're playing again, I mean, I always am a firm believer that leagues which have organic following always are a lot more fun to watch and to play in, right? So how's your experience been of the PSL so far? This is now you're in the middle of your second season. You were once picked by another franchise but couldn't come.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think the crowds obviously make a big difference. At the minute, we don't have crowds, which for me, having watched PSL over the years, just the atmospheres in all the grounds has been unbelievable. Like, looks unbelievable. When I came with England, it was like unreal, and that's the kind of thing obviously looking forward to, which we're hoping that can happen at some point. But I think the passion generally for cricket over here is it's right up there with the India and the IPL and other leagues that have big crowds. But more importantly, I think coming over here playing, obviously when the kids see Barbara playing and all these great players that you have, I think it's the inspiration that those type of players can give to the next generation here. Whereas if it's only in Dubai, for example, and we love playing in Dubai, obviously, then you probably don't have that. They don't get to see their heroes play.
There's a bit of a disconnect there.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a disconnect.
Whereas coming here, I think it's great for the players, and I think it's great for obviously the crowds and the next generation coming.
Mo, you decided this year to skip the IPL and come play at the PSL. I know the reason why you did it, but for our audience, why did Moeen Ali make this
There's
decision?
a few reasons. Obviously, look, I'm 38 now, and I want to play, and I want to do well, and I want to obviously extend my career as much as I can. Obviously, you guys being at Karachi was big for me as well to obviously come here. It's a shorter comp. It makes more sense for my family, for myself, and just playing. Like last year, I played in IPL. I played half the games, and I batted twice. And like I said, I just want to bat. I'm playing well in my career. Like I feel like I'm coming at the back end of my career where I'm playing well, and I just want to keep playing. And you're not always guaranteed to play. Obviously, even here, you're never guaranteed. But I just want to enjoy my cricket as much as I can. I always wanted to experience PSL a lot more than I did. Sadly, it started clashing, obviously, with the IPL. But and I want to win. And honestly, that's a big reason for me coming. Obviously, you guys having me here.
So when you say you guys, you need to be specific why you joined Karachi Kings. So you better take my name now.
Heather, Ravi. But obviously Karachi is a big, massive franchise. It's a big franchise, and it's great to be part of Karachi Kings. But obviously familiar faces help. But yeah, like when I look back at my career, I only think about what I want to say is like I won the PSL, we won the PSL, or you want to win trophies.
Good times we
yeah,
had
exactly.
Yeah.
in 2026.
Yeah.
When we had this team and we were playing cards late at night,
Paddle.
and to go along with it, you go and win the PSL. I mean,
Yeah.
Mo was a no-brainer for us. He's a match winner, both with the bat and ball. I think having people like Mo, players like Mo,
And he was filling up the biggest gap that we felt pretty much all teams had in the PSL, and that was someone to slot into that middle order
yeah,
and can also, even though I know your numbers at the top of the order are phenomenal, right? But that made a huge difference, and we knew
yeah.
we could count.
Well, there's a number of reasons why we went down that road. Is I mentioned just
Friendship was number one, but let's move on.
win your games with the bat and ball.
Yeah.
So that's very important. Having players who can do that, keep you in the game all the time, and they give you freedom and flexibility to. They're almost like you can play a luxury player alongside that because they fill two jobs out. We always feel it's important to have a quality off spinner in the T20 team nowadays, with the amount of left-handers that are around the world and in teams. If you've got a good quality off spinner to challenge them, that makes a massive difference in the game. A left-handed middle order batter.
Who can switch gears?
Who can switch gears, and we felt we could, if we wanted to bring Mo up and down the order, we could do that as well. If that was something that we needed, middle of the season, for example. The friendship, I think the friendship's important, because if you know a player personally, you're more likely to get the best out of him because you know what it takes to get the best out of him. So I think all those decisions put together, his experience, you always need experience. To win trophies, you need experience. I've always said it, young players are great to have, but they don't win anything. And experienced players are the ones, if you look around the world and those who lift trophies, if you look at the ages of the teams, they're generally very experienced players.
Plus, the thing is that, I personally think, obviously, I'm biased towards our squad because we've pretty much put our heart and soul into assembling this squad. But one of the best things for me is actually, I personally think, the right mix of experience and youth that we have, because I think I was talking about it the other day with someone that even our oldest local player is probably 32, 33, right? And all the other local guys who could pretty much form the core for the coming years are under the age of 32, which is still quite young. They still have a few years to sort of like reach their peak or perform at the highest peak. So if they have players like Mo and Bull around them, Bull mean David Warner, right? So it would do them a world of good.
Absolutely. You learn so much from the experienced player. We just seen a very experienced player get man of the match today.
Yeah.
For Zambi.
Yeah.
But it's not so much the age, it's experience. So like you can have a 30-year-old who's played a lot of cricket. He's an experienced player.
Of course.
Whereas sometimes you might have a 30-year-old who hasn't played that many cricket and he's still inexperienced, even though he's 32, 33, whatever it is. I just believe the more games you play in your career, you should, like when we sit every night, we talk about the games, we talk about cricket. You got to be a student of the game, and you got to try and learn from opposition teams and what you could have done better. And we got to try and get the Pakistanis to do that a bit more. Like this, we're here for 6 weeks. You got to give everything towards winning the PSL.
Yeah.
And you got to like sit, learn, watch. Even at my age, I'm sure Rav as well is learning as a coach, as a player still.
Yeah, he's learning how to use an iPad these days.
So it's always about learning. It's about getting better and not bitter.
Rav, let's talk about the squad and let's talk about the auction, right? Obviously, I've at least now done multiple interviews explaining the thought process behind the auction. But who would you say was the standout pick for us in the auction?
Oof, that's hard to say.
Putting you on the spot.
That's really hard to say.
Just remember, there are 19 boys waiting to hear this answer.
Yeah. Nobody stands out to me.
I got one
Okay.
who you probably didn't think of the start.
I think I know who you're going to say.
Zans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially, the way the auction was going. So, for those who don't know the story, because Mo, you were on call with us, right? So the three of us were already there. Masroor was there. Obviously, we we need to have a proper shout out to Masroor as well later on,
yeah,
whenever we
yeah.
possibly can, to discuss what his role was. Salman Bhai was there, Tariq Bhai was there, all of these guys were there, and obviously we were leading the auction planning, right? So initially we went because only the release players from the previous seasons were up for auction up first, right, in the order. So we first went hard on Rashad. We were going hard on Osama, and obviously thinking that, okay,
Local.
a local wrist spinner in the 11 who can, in fact, even come in and bat at 8 would be massive for us. And while we're doing that, and while the auction battle was going on, and I give full credit to Ravi Bopara on this, Rav actually just pulled me, and by that time was like pretty much pushing him away because I was trying to listen to whatever Masroor was saying on the phone. And Rav goes, hey, listen to me. Look at all these teams. I said, yeah, so? He goes, if Lahore take Osama right now, how many other teams need a wrist spinner after this? And we looked at the list and it was like, us and probably one more. And he goes, okay, and which team do you honestly think genuinely could pose a problem for us? And I was like, Peshawar Zalmi has a lot of money left in their wallet. They could, despite having a wrist spinner, they could go for it. He said, okay, then I think at this point in time, it might be wise to let Lahore have Osama, let
Windies have Amir.
when we were having a go for, let's not go for Amir after a certain limit, and then let's put all our eggs in the Adam Zampa basket. And I was like, hang on, that makes perfect sense. Credit to Salman Bhai there, by the way, because at that point in time, because all the preparation was focused on how we need to bring Osama in or Rashad, we were talking about that. So Salman Bhai literally just looked at us for 2 seconds and he went, that's actually not bad, not a bad shout. So I give complete credit to Ravi Bopara on that one, because then when the auction started for Zamps, the base price was 150 and we actually got him for 160.
Yeah. Yeah. But we said we're going to get him cheap. And we were being told, no.
I'd
His minimum going to go for 400K. And
No,
it was
but
like,
I'd actually put aside 270 in my mind for him, because I thought that, okay, let's then get in the.
But also, you never know how someone's going to perform.
Yeah.
Like where he's at with his game, where his mind is, whatever. But he's been, I think with everything combined, he's been unbelievable. I know it's 3 games, but he's got a great cricket brain.
By the way, no disrespect to any of the other players
Yeah,
mentioned here,
of course.
because all of those players were, in fact, when we were planning this, was central to our plans.
Yeah. So you got a player there who's experienced, won trophies again, like somebody that wins trophies. But also has got a great cricket mind, and he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like on any sort of wicket now, and he's been unreal.
He's been unreal, and
I've been really happy with the 2 UAE guys as well.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Yes.
of course.
Definitely.
Wasim and
Wasim.
Khuzema.
I
Yeah.
think they're brilliant. They've got such a high ceiling. I think they've got so much cricket to be played. I
Yeah.
think they're going to be quality moving forward, especially when they come into a big league like this. And I think their learning curve here is going to be massive.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see where their careers go after this competition.
To be honest with you, won't be surprised if these guys start getting more gigs, because they absolutely deserve it.
Yeah,
They absolutely
quality
deserve it.
cricketers.
Talking about Pakistanis, right? So initially, we didn't know how many retentions we'd be allowed, right? But if there was one thing where Ravi and I were completely on the same page, was even if we would have one retention, we'd go for Hassan Ali.
Hassan Ali.
Hassan Ali.
Definitely.
For
Can
me,
you
the
just-
best bowler in Pakistan.
I want you to repeat this, and I want you to say it. Actually, Hassan Ali is the best bowler in Pakistan, because I need to get viral content out of this.
Well,
What are you doing?
I know a lot of the other fast bowlers who I'm friends with as well.
No.
I'm not going to be.
Please don't
he's-
chicken out of this
no,
one.
he's the
No,
best. He's the
but
best.
But I do openly say it that for me, is the best fast bowler in Pakistan. In terms of his execution, his thinking, his fielding that goes along with it, his professionalism, everything. He just ticks every box as a coach. He's your go-to guy. Every time you look at him, you don't. Okay, I'm not sitting here saying to him, he must have a good game every game. No, cricket doesn't work like that. But the guy gives absolutely 100%. And I love the way he bowls because his execution in training as well is mind-blowing. The man can hit where you ask him to hit. And that is a skill on its own. Just you can tell that he's a cut above the rest.
And I'm not even going to bring up the fact that he brings positive energy into
Yeah.
the dressing room, because I think the biggest tragedy of Hassan Ali's career has been that everyone has just focused on him as a personality, because his lively personality, he wants to keep everyone up. So people don't actually, I don't think at this point in time in Pakistan especially, he's at the receiving end of a lot of criticism, right? Because they think that he's not serious enough. Trust me, if there is one Pakistani cricketer who I've seen,
He's super professional.
super professional.
No, I've been very lucky. I played 2 years with him, maybe 3 years at Warwickshire with him. He's been unbelievable. I think he's at his peak. Over the last 2-3 years, he's just been different level to what he was probably 5-6 years ago. And he's always obviously been good, but I think now he's very comfortable in his own skin. He's comfortable with where he's at with his game. And that energy that he brings is, you can't buy that. And that is the kind of energy you need in your side when things are hard and things are down. You need someone like him. And what I really like about him is he shares his knowledge. He shares his, whatever he has, experience, whatever, he'll share it. And that, again, you can't put a price on that sort of stuff. And he's a great character to have in your team. I really enjoy him. I really enjoy his company as
He's
well.
got that desire to win.
Yeah.
He's
a winner, yeah.
He wants to win the PSL.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Let's talk about Karachi Kings, especially the transition Karachi Kings has had over the last couple of years, right? Again, asking someone who has been part of this franchise for every season bar two, right? Barring two. We went into a bit of a rebuilding phase 2 years ago. Last year was quite a huge season for you personally, because it was your first season as head coach of Karachi Kings. And that too, frankly speaking, you came in very last minute after Simo had to excuse himself. So a squad had already been made, even though I had discussed some of those options, but you didn't really have that much of a say on the squad. So you came in, and that you came in primarily because of your relationship with Salman Iqbal, right? So talk to us about your relationship with Karachi Kings and with Salman Bhai, and how do you find the journey as a coach in the PSL?
I'll start on the relationship. I think my relationship with Karachi Kings and Salman is a very close relationship. I think he's really treated me like a younger brother, and Sabine Bobby as well. The way she's really made me feel part of the family as well. So for me, that's been a very strong sticking point as to why I've had that closeness to Karachi Kings. So I've been treated like a family member, and I think both myself and Salman have that mutual respect for each other as well. And I think he knows that my loyalty lies with the franchise and what's best for Karachi Kings. It's not about doing the best thing for Salman. It's about doing the best thing for Karachi Kings, which I think he understands really, really well. He knows that I've got the best interest of Karachi at heart. We want to win trophies. We want to make sure this is a professional outfit, and it keeps winning as years go on, because it's a huge franchise. I think that's what's really been really important. Putting away the relationship, the personal relationship with Salman. So that's obviously that's very strong, but it's Karachi Kings first, which is really, really important to me, and I think he recognises that and probably likes that.
What do you think has been the watershed moment for Karachi for the last couple of years? If there was one decision which you could pinpoint, which you feel made a massive change to Karachi Kings and its dressing room, what would it be? This is where I'm plugging in for a selfless promotion.
Listen, you have made a big difference, because I've been here over the years, so I know we're definitely far more professional than we've ever been. Very professional. I think you brought in those expertise and experiences from working with multiple franchises around the world. I think having that experience and bringing it all together in one place is very important to forming a professional outfit. The planning, the strategies that go, it's quite deep. We discuss loads of things. We discuss players. We don't just go, okay, there's a plug to fill, there's a gap to fill, let's plug it with this player. We discuss 1, 2, 3, 4 options and work out the best option out of those 4 or 5. And all that, the professionalism there has been brilliant. And you got not a bad cricket brain,
Thank you.
to be honest.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was our podcast. The whole purpose of this podcast was that. No, but seriously, I mean, one thing which again, I'm also grateful to Salman Bhai and his team, obviously, for letting us work with the freedom.
Yeah.
Because you remember before I joined Karachi, you were already here. And again, I called you and I was like, I have this fear that there might be a lot of interference because that's what I've heard. And you told me, don't worry about it. As long as there is cricketing logic behind your decisions, everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Right? And we've so far, I mean, that's so far over the now this is going to be our 3rd season together from that perspective. And everything has been super professional.
That's where Salman is brilliant.
Yeah.
He doesn't get involved in that sort of stuff. He does trust, puts his men in charge who he trusts. And
He does give me a hard time, bro.
But that's fine. I mean,
It's
he's
hard
going to
time
do
sometimes.
that. He's going to do that. He's the boss.
Yeah, because he just wants me to be certain that if I'm pushing for a certain selection or a certain decision, how convinced I am on that, right? And you've also interacted with him a little bit. I think you've also seen him to be a very, relaxed person when it comes to all this.
Yeah, he's not. Sometimes the hardest thing is the owners are in your face. They get involved, and of course he's involved in certain things, but he's not in your face. He's not always around. It's not about him. And yeah, I think he just allows people just crack on and do what's best for the franchise.
I think that's where he's really good. I think he trusts us to know. But even if he suggested something that wasn't good for Karachi Kings, I think you and me would go straight to him and go, no,
Yeah.
this ain't the best thing for Karachi
Yeah.
Kings. And that's where he's good, because he'll go, okay.
Yeah.
I think he'll trust us on those decisions, and that's what's important. And that's why, I think we've got to thank him for the freedom he gives us
Yeah.
to be able to make it the way it is.
We have some really, really promising young players, right? So you have Saad Beg, former under-19 captain. This is his 2nd season with Karachi, 3rd season, in fact, with Karachi Kings. 2nd season where he's getting game time. We have Harun Arshad, we have Rizwanullah, the tall young bloke, we have Shahid Aziz. And obviously then we have Hamza Suhail, who don't qualify as uncapped under 23, but still young and green kids, right? So which one of these young guys has really, caught your attention?
I think they all have in different ways. So like, I really like Rizwanullah. I think he's got all the attributes to be a very good bowler one day. He's got height, pace, and if he learns well and he's switches on like he switched on throughout his career, then I think he can I think he could be big for Pakistan. Harun looks really good. He's very
Harun
young.
looks really good.
Yeah, he looks quality. His technique looks very good. And Saad obviously has played 2 really good knocks for us, really important knocks for us. And sometimes you can look good in nets and training, but then you go to the game, or you can even go the opposite. You don't look as good. You go to the game and you're a match player. But Saad, I think he's there's something about him that I feel he's just switched on. He knows what he's trying to do, where he's trying to get to. And he's put in 2 really good performances for us. But I would say all of them have talent. But it's not always, it doesn't guarantee anything. I think the hard work and learning for me, that's the most important thing over here. Just generally with young players, the quicker they can learn, the better for Pakistan, better for them. But I would say from batters, obviously Harun and Saad are very good, and I really like Rizwanullah. I think he's a fantastic
Brad,
prospect.
Your take on it?
In terms of emerging boys, I love all 3 of them. I think they're
4, the Shahid as well.
Shahid
Yes,
Aziz, yes.
Shahid's quality,
Now
yeah.
that you mention him, I mean, we had really high praises for Shahid Aziz.
Yeah.
When after that first practice game, even the first practice
For
session.
even the first match.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even the first match.
we were like, this guy's going to be good.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to see his career take off in the next few years as an all-rounder. Hits the ball hard, got a great eye, works really hard. That's what I love about him. He works really, really hard. He wants to go somewhere in this game, so that's great to see. And a lovely kid as well. And then let's speak about Saad. I think Saad's games come on so much over the last couple of years.
Again, Saad is the poster child of why young players should play red ball cricket.
Absolutely,
Yeah, definitely.
And I was going to say this: you may not see him in the green and gold colours in the T20 format straight away, but I think we'll soon see him in Test cricket
Yeah.
because he's got all the attributes to be a good Test batsman for Pakistan.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see where that goes in the next 6 months to a year. I think you might see him playing Test cricket for Pakistan. I hope.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Haroon, I think, from the first ball I saw him play in the net, I remember saying to Mas, I said, he's a good player. Because he's got very strong basics for batting, what you need for batting. He's got a still head at point of release, great balance, plays the ball up and down the pitch, which is a great back path. All those attributes add up to being a good player. So he's got everything in his favour. And he's got a bit of swag about him.
Oh my God, I
You know?
love his swagger.
Jora.
But
He's
you
the
need
skinniest
support.
bloke in the world.
Yeah.
He's the skinniest bloke in the world, but he's got big carpets under his arms. And so
But you know, sometimes you need it. Honestly,
Yeah.
sometimes as long as it's not arrogant and too over the top with things, you need that sort of personality. You need that self confidence. And I really like it as well. I like the way he goes about it.
because he's such a nice guy,
Yeah.
such a
And
lovely
s-
kid,
and such a brilliant fielder, man.
brilliant
fielder.
Effortless fielder. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, natural.
natural fielder,
His
right?
timing, the fielding has timing as well, and his timing
Yeah.
for everything, where he picks it up in the flow, throws, everything just looks very natural. So another guy that I think over the next 2 years, I think we'll see him
At a higher level.
at a higher level coming
Yeah.
through. People will be talking about him.
Yeah, because if you keep on putting everyone from the Karachi Kings squad into the Pakistan squad, very soon we'll have a lot of comments talking about us running PR for players, right? So this is not a PR for any of the players. We're just talking about these guys and their potential.
Rizwanullah,
Rizwanullah. Yeah, he's already mentioned.
great find.
I've
We-
already had
remember last-
Hassan Ali, Haris Rauf, and all of these guys coming in and saying that now this could be considered PR, but them saying that if this kid does not play for Pakistan at any level, then
Something's wrong.
Something's wrong, or he would be doing massive disservice to his talent.
Yeah.
So it's right. So that's massive compliment coming from two Pakistan internationals who are already in this.
He's again
system.
another guy who's got all the attributes. He's tall, gets bounce, pace out of the
Yeah.
wicket. He's got that typical
Yeah.
Pakistani flick
Yeah.
of the wrist, which gives him that extra bit of zip and pace. Great to see. I don't think anyone gets as much bounce as him as well.
Yeah.
He's not skiddy and low.
Yeah.
He
As-
goes.
He's a bit
like that.
different. He's a bit
Ehsanullah
different.
might take offense to this, but okay.
But Ihsanullah's been around. eh?
Yeah, he's already been played for Pakistan. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But this guy's coming through. And one thing I've got to point out, which ball impresses me the most, is he's got absolutely rapid bouncer.
Yeah.
His bouncer is by far his quickest ball.
Masroor has really worked hard on these kids.
Good.
And this gives me an opportunity to talk about Masroor because, again, all these cricketers at different age groups in Pakistan actually go through Masroor and his coaching, right? But still, I think Masroor is one of those underappreciated people in Pakistan cricket. I rate Masroor really, really highly. When it comes to local guys, more than Rav, it's Masroor who I'm talking to when it comes to finding selection
Absolutely.
overs.
He's our go-to guy.
Yeah, he's a go-to guy for that. For emerging, I pretty much say, mate, I leave it to you.
That's your
you
domain.
tell me that's your domain. The only time I think where we have actually asked him when it's about comparison between two different emerging players, Masroor is absolutely, I mean, he's a pillar for this franchise. right? And he's been brilliant with player development programs. Last year, Fawad Ali, or I mean, 2 years in a row with Fawad Ali, with Rizwanullah. Again, he was the one who pointed out Haroon Arshad to us as well. Saad Beg, if you remember, he was the one who pushed for him the most. So, I mean, Masroor doesn't get the credit that he deserves most often than not. And you've, in fact, worked with, had an opportunity to work with Masroor at the CPL.
Yeah, I was obviously at the CPL. He came over as one of the I think as a batting coach and fielding coach. But you very rarely find a coach that is. I mean, a lot of coaches work hard. Don't get me wrong, but some players have that love and passion for producing players, and just to keep going. Something it's hard. His role is difficult.
Yeah.
In terms of like every day trying to make players better. Sometimes you're not in the mood as a person to do whatever, but he seems to turn up every day, put the hours in, put the shift in, just trying to always make people. And he also is trying to learn on the job almost in terms of listens. He listens to people. He takes advice from people, and then gives obviously his own advice. But he's very rare. You don't get many people like Masroor in cricket, and Karachi are very fortunate to have him.
Yeah, because you don't get people that small.
or people as bad at rung as Masroor. So let's
Have you noticed he's bought trainers that have big platforms?
I am not
I've noticed
going to entertain this conversation anymore. It's rich coming from Ravi Bopara, right? The tallest cricketer ever. But anyway, let's. I want to focus more on, again. More. I'm now going to. This might feel completely out of the blue, but let's talk about a bit more about your journey in cricket, right? So let's start off with your family. You come from a family full of cricketers,
Yeah.
right? Brother, cousin, so on and
Nephews,
so
yeah.
forth. But the best player in your family was
Me,
really?
of course.
Wait, last night he say my
His
dad?
dad.
My dad. Right.
No, no.
I was literally setting you up for something
No,
to go
no.
wild.
My
but-
dad is a very good player. He was a very good player.
Yeah.
A lot of people would say, and I was saying to this the other night as well, like, I know a lot of people would say their dad was a good player, and my dad was good at this and that. But I genuinely say my dad was a very good player, like all-rounder, fast bowler, opening batsman. Just naturally had obviously love for the game and things like that, but his passion for the game is why we had so many cricketers
Yeah.
in our families. There's obviously Kabir played for England, Kadir played, I played, my younger brother played, my nephews are all playing.
Ishaq is also on the
Ishaq,
radar.
who's England in the 19s.
Ishaq
he's
is your
playing.
nephew.
My nephew, yeah.
Yeah.
So literally everyone plays. Kadir's kids are all playing now. Kabir's kids are playing. My son plays. And there's a real competition between everyone, but in a nice way.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody wants to be the best player, and we had the same as kids. But yeah, my dad, his passion for the game, and the way he played, he had a great eye for a player. He's got a really good eye for a player, a good coach. He runs the academy back home, and yeah, so it's a proper cricketing family, I'd say.
अंकल जी क्वेश्चन सेट करके दिया था अपने पे ले लिया उसने.
No, I can't say my dad. He's decent. Not
Rav,
bad.
do you want to talk about cricketers in your family or no?
Rav's dad was good, he said.
Yeah, he was a keeper batsman. That's how I started. I was a batsman who kept.
Oh,
Yeah.
you kept.
Remember, I was big, right? So automatically it was easy for me because I was standing. Ball used to just stop.
Can we now make this an emotional podcast? So Raf, talk to us about that journey, about you being huge and then being to this.
Okay.
No, that's fine. You don't need to. I just thought we'd transition there. But what about your son? He plays a bit of cricket.
Yeah.
But he's more into golf, isn't he?
No, he's not more into golf. He likes playing golf as a side game. Something he enjoys probably playing with me.
Okay.
But cricket is definitely his number one. He loves cricket. Becoming more of a cricket geek as he gets older.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to force cricket down his neck. You got to watch. You got to watch Virat Kohli. You got to watch AB de Villiers. You got to watch these guys.
Throw in a Pakistani name for me, mate, please.
Babar Azam.
Okay, thank you.
So I think over the years he's just grown to love it himself.
Okay.
Naturally, which, you know, once I took a little bit of a step back, he naturally just got into that
Yeah.
role. So that's been really nice to see for him. Big season coming up for him in England. I think he's really looking forward to it. His first game's tomorrow.
Oh wow!
So
Best of luck to him.
He's itching, to get out there. So, yeah, looking forward to it. But in terms of family cricket, nah. We lived on top of a sweet shop,
Yeah.
a newsagent's. So I learnt my cricket playing in the hallway upstairs from my mum's bedroom, the back of my mum's bedroom, to where the stairs are.
Yeah.
So me and my brother used to play tape ball cricket in there.
Wow.
And we couldn't hit on the leg side because behind us was like a lamari, so we couldn't hit this way. So we could only hit on the offside.
Yeah.
Then, funny enough, my career most of my runs was scored through the offside.
Yeah.
Especially conventional shots.
Yeah.
And then and then obviously bigger shots down on the leg side. But most of my conventional shots were offside because we couldn't play on the leg side. And then transitioning into playing cricket in the streets, tape ball cricket. It was all tape ball cricket. That's where I learned everything, tape ball cricket. The leg side was a really small boundary, but you used to lose the ball. If you hit it over there, it used to go in people's gardens. So we couldn't hit it there. Again, on the far side was so much playground. Play through the offside. So funny how you develop this.
Yeah. So if you want to develop your offside game, make sure there's an almari on your leg side and you just play through the offside. Rav, again, I know just second season as head coach, but is it too early to ask you about your coaching philosophy?
No, I take coaching very, very seriously. I think I saw myself heading into this role from probably halfway through my career, saying I would love to teach people cricket.
Yeah.
Once I'm finished. So this is something I take very, very seriously, and I'm excited about the next, let's say, 5 to 10 years to see where this journey takes me.
I remember 6 years ago in this very hotel, we had a long chat about how you could possibly transition into first a strategy coach and then go on from there. And again, I think you were already in the middle of your badges around that time. Your certificate. You've also done level 3, right? Level 2, level 3. You've also done level 3. But you still plan on playing for a couple more years, right?
Yeah, at least a couple more. As long as I'm playing well and I'm contributing, then definitely I'll keep playing. But I coached a bit in UK with my dad's academy, and it was good. It was a great experience. But then once I played for England and stuff, I didn't coach much. But I think we're very similar. Like, I think when you love the
we
game,
think about the game.
yeah, when you
very
love the
similar.
game and you're like students at the game, which I feel like you have to be. And we're always trying to pick up points and pick up things and of the game. The game's always obviously developing. So I think naturally, I think it's a natural thing. I think it's very natural that Rav's going to become a coach.
Yeah.
Well, he's coaching, but like with other teams and England and all that kind of stuff. And I think same path, I mean, I might not go straight into being a head coach, but definitely be part of coaching and find my way of when I do decide to become a coach. And I've done a bit already in between with the Lions and stuff, and I love it.
Let's talk a bit about Pakistan cricket. The way I'm going to talk about it is I don't want to talk about present Pakistan cricket, but obviously I think I've seen multiple podcasts of yours. By the way, Moeen Ali now is a media personality, right? Has one of the most popular cricket podcasts in the world, Bared Before Wicket. Mo, I've seen your podcast multiple times, and obviously you discuss Pakistan cricket a lot because it's quite clear that Pakistan cricket has a special place in your heart. I know the answer to this, but who would be your favorite Pakistani cricketer of all time?
For me, Syed Anwar is hands down. He was the best player I've ever seen. Obviously, it's my own opinion, but from my way of how I developed my game as a young player, that guy, every time I watched that guy bat, it was like I ain't seen anything like it. And to this day, some of those drives and those defensive shots, and I haven't seen. There's no one. For me, he was the best player I saw, and really inspired me. And my dad used to make me sit and watch his tapes,
Oh, okay.
watch his videos, and I've seen him. I've seen almost all of his innings, and probably the only cricketer I ever met where I was a bit starstruck when I first met him. I was a kid, but I
Yeah.
was like, this is my cricketing hero at the time.
You were more starstruck than when you met Ravi Bopara at the age of 16.
Yeah. I was very sure. But he was incredible player, and it wasn't just the shots and stuff. It was just the way he went about his cricket and
Elegant.
amazing.
I think there was
amazing.
one word.
Oh yeah. Just
Yeah.
the timing. I don't think there was anyone that timed the ball like that.
What about favorite Pakistani bowler of all?
Fast bowler or spinner? Doesn't
Your
matter.
call.
Shoaib Akhtar.
Leave it to you.
Shoaib Akhtar.
For you, Shoaib Akhtar?
Loved him.
I also love Shoaib Akhtar, but Sackland for me.
Of course.
Yeah.
And plus, you have a really strong bond
Yeah,
with him as
but
well.
even
right?
before that, the Dusra and just the skill level, and obviously when I got to know him and he was coaching, he made a massive impact in my Test career in particular.
Yeah.
And just for me, and I say this to everyone, and I've said it to you guys before, he's a genius. When it comes to off spin, I think he's an absolute genius. But
Even
Shoaib-
better than the other guy you saw on video the other day was bowling with leg spin action, but just suddenly threw an out.
Oh, that
an
was
out-
shocking, by the way. That was one of the worst.
That was my bowling action.
Yeah.
By the way, so he's calling me.
You ran in like Shahid Afridi and bowled like, I don't know. Can't even
Please
think of
complete
it.
that.
I can't even think of anyone who bowls that bad. But yeah, Saki was. But Shoaib was also. Shoaib Akhtar was.
Just box office.
Yeah.
Box office.
Favorite Pakistani cricketer of all time, Shoaib Akhtar, or just a favorite bowler?
Listen, I started watching in those days India versus Pakistan when it was Saeed Anwar against Sachin,
Yeah.
all those days. So my memory is more from those days of quality Pakistani cricketers, and I really liked Inzamam ul Haq.
Oh, what a
Yeah,
player!
of course.
Loved
What a
Inzamam
player.
ul Haq. I think he was class. I remember watching him at Perth, Pakistan touring Australia, and Brett Lee's bowling at him. He's bowling good gas, and he's just standing up and playing. He's got so much time. I just thought,
Yeah.
wow, this guy's solid.
Solid.
Yeah, I like this guy.
There's certain things certain players do right that normal players can't do, and he was one of them. So
Yeah.
like to press forward the way he pressed against fast bowling, and still then rock like punting. And Inzamam was he was a special player, very special player.
Yeah. I mean, if you had to now shift towards your favorite or the most talented teammate that you had, let's start with the national side first, because you guys have played a gazillion T20 matches, right? So let's start with the national side. Who would you say was or is your most talented international teammate?
Adil Rashid.
Adil Rashid.
Genuinely, yeah. There's obviously England never had a spinner for me like Rush in white ball cricket in particular, but not that. It's not just his bowling. He's got all the balls. He's got all the tricks as a wrist spinner. His batting. I have never seen anyone not pick up a bat for 3-4 months and whip his first ball from outside off stump through mid wicket without having a hit. He just goes. He just sees the ball outside of stump.
What do you
swinging
mean
away.
without having a hit? I mean,
Like he won't practice.
not even in the nets.
He will not practice. He will be on a break for like 2-3 months.
Yeah.
First ball out from outside off stump through mid wicket, and I remember thinking, "Flipping this guy! Like, I have to keep batting, or even if I have a break, I can't see the ball. If I've had a break for a month, it takes me ages. Not ages, but it takes time.
Yeah.
But that guy just naturally talented cricketer, very naturally.
What about you, Jeffrey Boycott? Come on, old man.
Natural talent is a bit different. So like, KP.
KP's in my mind. I want to go somewhere where can I go look more than the domestic route.
No, but I did
But
say international teammate.
But KP for that period of
Yeah, he's a
his
joke.
dominance was exceptional.
Yeah.
KP, by the way, has a massive cult following in Pakistan. People in Pakistan absolutely love KP.
Yeah.
The first few years, especially when he was in the PSL as well,
Yeah.
I think Quetta was able to attract so many fans just because KP was playing.
Yeah, and I do believe he was almost perfectly built
For T20.
for T20 cricket.
Yeah.
He's tall, great reach, power, great eye.
He was phenomenal.
He
player.
was a proper player.
Wow.
Like in that period where he was at his best, he was phenomenal.
Yeah.
He was so good. And I used to back myself with the ball amongst anyone because I felt like my changes of pace used to get most people in trouble, and couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
And I was just like, if anybody can hit this ball, I'll rate them, and he hit it. So
But also with KP was like, it was the way like fast bowling took like from outside of stump through mid wicket. KP was unreal player.
I think a lot of the cricketers now that are playing for England will,
Model their game.
yeah, because they
Yeah.
would have been watching as young cricketers.
Yeah.
They would have been watching KP
Yeah.
2005
Definitely.
coming through now. So if you think about it, 20 years time, now these guys in their mid 20s, they watched KP.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are aggressive and play that mode of cricket because of the way he played. So he did change a lot of things. He built cricketers that exist today. That's something special.
Both of you have played under really prominent and legendary captains, right? Favorite captain of all time, international and then in franchise, both. Mo, you go ahead.
For me, international will be Owen Morgan, just because he was very clear in what he wanted, the vision he had, and he changed everything in terms of like
The approach. Yeah.
There's a plan, and the confidence he gave to players. Like if you were in his team, he would do anything for you. Like if he backed you or whatever, and like he would not drop you because he saw you as a match winner. So you got that confidence from him and all that kind of stuff. He was brilliant. He was just very clear. He had a plan and he stuck to it. And not many people can do that, especially at that time with England.
Yeah.
And he was unreal. Like he changed everything at that time. And domestically, I think MS Dhoni was for me like unreal. Like
Yeah, of course.
I get very similar personalities in terms of very calm. Couldn't tell if they did well, badly, if it was a good day or a bad day. Again, very clear know the direction they want the team to go. Wasn't always about winning and losing. It was about the process and making sure the team is doing what they do. And but just I think he's the only person I've ever played with that can. If you're an average player, he can squeeze the best out of you. And again, not many people can do that.
Of course. Rav, international captain and then franchise.
I couldn't name you any international captain that I've been so.
Because I think you were playing during that phase of England, during that phase where while there were the highs of the World Cup, the T20 World Cup, and there were highs of, I think, the Ashes as well, right somewhere in between there. But there were also some lows as well.
Yeah. So in terms of international captains, I wouldn't be able to name anyone, but my would be the two domestic captains I had at Essex. So that my first ever captain, which was Ronnie Irani.
Oh, Ronnie.
Yeah.
You've mentioned him in this other article as well.
What
right,
made him
about
so
how-
good?
He made me feel like I was the most important player on the field, and I was the youngest man in the team.
Yeah.
I was just coming through with my slit in my eyebrow. And,
That's so awesome from him, though. That is very rare.
he made me feel like the team can't win without you, Ravi, which was clearly a lie at the time.
At the time,
but I believed it.
Yeah, exactly.
And he made me feel like I was my over that I needed to bowl for the team was like the most important over, because he used to say to me, if the other team are getting away from us, I'm going to ask you to bowl, because obviously you always get them out. He used to tell me that. And I used to pick up the wicket.
Yeah.
It used to be a bad ball, like bowl it short and wide, cut straight to point out. So you used to find a breakthrough all the time, but he made me have that belief that I was just the most important cog in the side. So
Ronnie Rani, and
then after Ronnie came, and obviously for the opportunity he gave me as well. And then after him comes Ryan Tenderscarter.
of course, yeah.
So
You two are very close mates as well.
we're very, very close mates. And the dominance we had with Essex in those years where he was skipper, we were winning a lot of trophies, lots of games of cricket, just
No.
back to back winning. I thought he was a brilliant leader of men. I've learned so much from Tendo in life skills as well. Someone who came over from South Africa as a young age and then to end up where he is now in the India coaching setting up, which is unbelievable for what he's achieved. So, and just a great leader of men. I thought
Yeah.
he was just knew how to treat youngsters, how to make youngsters feel important, and how to deal with senior players, how to spend time with senior players. So a lot of that I learned from him. So just a good human being all around. So
Yeah, so we've covered captains, we've covered your favorite players. Best team director you've ever worked with?
this guy with a really horrible hairstyle.
Come on, the hair is working. What's wrong
Who
with
said
you?
it's you? That prize goes to yours truly.
Yeah, okay, again, I'm going to take your silence as concession
Confirmed.
that he's right. It's the same answer for you.
I
as well.
agree.
No, but on a very serious note, because you two.
Yeah, very seriously, man.
No, I'm going to talk about this very seriously because I love and respect you two so much, and I have such a high regard for you. Long hair or short hair?
No, short hair. Because your hair's so thick, it can't be long. It's not wavy
I
enough.
think you need to tie it
And you tie it up.
and then see. If it looks
You
rubbish,
should have cut
cut
it.
it off.
doesn't look good.
Mate, if we win the PSL this season, buzz cut for me.
Just cut it.
Wow.
I'll give you the
Yeah,
give
yeah,
you the
okay.
trimmer.
Okay, if you
I'll
win
give
it,
you
we'll
the
shave his
trimmer.
head.
You guys can. I'm again not saying shave, but you can buzz. cut
Yeah,
my
but like,
hair. Yeah, pretty much.
Number
With
two.
zero number, I don't mind.
yeah, okay.
Right?
Okay.
Deal?
Deal.
Done?
Deal.
Yeah. Okay. Last few things.
And then we can play rung.
Yes. Then we can play rung. Then we can play rung. We
Get
can
some
order chai.
Yeah.
Have
Your
some-
your meetha pan is still in my room.
What about samosa?
What do you call it? Sapari?
What about best? What about best samosa?
Oh, bro, I fancy it. You know what? I want a samosa.
might as well ask this, right? So we were first in Lahore, obviously because of various reasons. We're just limited to 2 cities this time around, right? We started our tournament in Lahore. Now we're in Karachi. Which city has better food? Rav, your call.
Oh,
Bro, my video went viral once because we were doing a press conference and I said Karachi's food is better than Lahore's.
Yeah.
And everyone just, Karachi people were like, yeah, he's been saying, why is it? And then Lahore people were like, nah, he's talking rubbish, this and that.
yeah.
It was big, but I'm going to stick with Karachi.
You're going to stick with Karachi, Rav? What about you?
You can't judge food by hotel standards.
But you did come for the auction. You went to Lahore.
Now, okay, but in the auction, I was only in Lahore, and the food was
I
fantastic.
love you, Karachi. Karachi Kings is very close to my heart. I'm working for Karachi, but I'm a Lahori boy at heart. So I was hoping maybe I could stir some controversy here, which I was clearly unable to do so. So let me just sort of like put my hands up. Rav, it would be amiss if I don't talk about David Warner and the influence he's had on Karachi Kings, right? This is his second season as captain. Your thoughts on Bull as captain and what does he bring to the table which is different from previous seasons?
I think he's a true winner. Someone who's used to playing in the best team in the world. You know, he's gone through that phase of playing for Australia where they're winning everything.
Yeah.
They're just used to winning.
Yeah.
It's just the way they operate. And you can see that in him as a cricketer. When he crosses that field, when he crosses that rope, he's got this winning mentality. He's got this, I do not die. We must win this game over my dead body kind of attitude. And I love that in him. I think he's
He just said, I don't die, and then over my
yeah, over my dead body. So he does, yeah. But he's got that attitude about
He
him, and I
does.
love that. I love that. and that's what's he's made a big difference. He's really good with the
With the young
local
guys,
boys as well,
yeah.
the young guys, everyone, just the local guys. He always picks one guy.
It was Dhani last year.
Last year was Dhani. This year, because he's been in and out, I think we're gonna find out who he is soon enough.
I think Ihsanullah so
Could
far
be Ihsanullah.
started off well with him.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're still waiting for that guy. I think somebody.
I think he's having more fun teasing Ahmed Mir these days than anyone else.
Yeah,
Right? So Ahmed Mir, I mean...
he's in a bit of a pickle at the moment.
Yeah, but... Oh, by the way, this also gives me an opportunity to clear a controversy. Obviously, you and Bull didn't have a fight the other
No,
day.
not at all. So we were taking a mick out of you, right?
Of
While
course.
he was saying, whenever we win, Head is always there first, shaking
Yeah.
hands.
No, in fact,
And I was
his
saying-
exact words were, oh, now that we've won, why don't you come? The cameras are here.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
look, you're on
Yeah,
TV.
yeah. No, then I went, oh, look, he's on the screen. Then he's like, yeah, look, he's on the screen. But actually, you know what? It does look like we're arguing.
I know. Because, again, that finger waving from Bull.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, man, seriously. But then...
But he's like, I played a lot against him, and I didn't
Is
know
this your
him.
first time sharing a dressing room with him?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
So we've always we've got on, but we haven't got on as well at the same time. In obviously Australia, England, and all that. But he's like Rav says, he's a winner, and he just wants to. But I'm really surprised about how open he is in terms of his captaincy, and like he'll ask people for advice and what do you think of this? And you know when someone's played at that level and they've won everything and they've done everything, they don't normally do that. A lot of players don't do that, but he's quality, man. He's really good.
He's great to have in your team.
Yeah, I think he's
Fantastic to have in your team.
And obviously, when we were going into the auction, in fact, it was him who initially said, you don't need to retain me. The locals will be much more difficult to get in the auction. Retain Hassan in my place and have a crack at me in the auction. Right? And
That was gonna happen anyway, Dave. Thanks, Dave, but that was gonna happen anyway. Mate.
But also with him, you're guaranteed runs almost.
Yeah.
I mean, anything can happen, but even when he's not scoring runs, for most people it's runs. If that makes sense. Like he scores runs.
He's the run getter. He's a run getter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need those guys.
What I admire about him, obviously, is the energy. He uplifts the entire group. And then, even at this age, he's probably one of the fittest guys in the
Yeah,
dressing
he's fit.
He's not that old.
Of course, you can say that, but obviously that's one of the controversies which are around, players after they've retired from international cricket. They say that, okay, they've reached an age where, in fact, they're, let's say, closer to the end of their careers than the beginning, and that criticism comes. I know you've always have been a firm believer, and I think I've actually taken a leaf out of your book where you've said, if the guy is performing, if he's playing regularly, age doesn't matter.
Definitely.
Ravi has been pretty straightforward about this. I think every single interview that we've done, Ravi's always said age doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
And I also am a firm believer in that. I mean, there have been teams where I know when post-international retirements, MET still hasn't retired, but still, going for players like MET because I know he will get the job done.
Yeah.
Going for someone like Polly, knowing that he could get the job done. Right? So, yeah, because in this modern day and age, when these players are looking after their bodies and looking after their regimen.
But also, don't forget, it was 4-day cricket that is a little bit different. When you're playing 4 days regularly, your body does get tired and you become slower or whatever. But when you're playing T20 cricket, it's a completely different game.
Yeah.
And as long as you're performing, age is not a problem at all.
Okay. Guys, I think we're pretty much at the end of our podcast now. PSL 11 so far, we've had a good start. Mo, your thoughts and goals for the rest of the season?
Obviously, the ultimate goal is to win.
Yeah.
But then to be in a position we've had a great start, but T20 cricket changes quick. So it's just doing and getting better as we're going along. Not be satisfied with where we are at. Of course, you're probably going to lose a game or two, but it's putting in performances regularly where you're putting yourself in positions to win the games. And that's really, really important because you do have the players then to win you those games and take you over the line. And it's just, as every game goes by, just trying to keep improving on performances as individuals and as a team, as a collective. But yeah, the ultimate goal is to win. For now, it's taking one game at a time and putting in performances. And I think as an individual, you try and win 1 or 2 games a year, and then everybody else chips in, and you chip in the other stuff. So yeah, stick together, all those kind of things, but just stay calm.
And obviously to play lots of paddle.
Yeah.
Rav, the 3 games that we won, you and I have had this reflection because I think both of us are always, and we get criticized by some of the players on this as well, that both of us are always looking at, okay, what did we do wrong even in those wins, right? So I think it's fair to say both of us concluded that in all 3 wins, our team still hasn't hit the stride we expect this group to hit.
Yeah, not yet. I don't think we've played our best game yet. I think we've had a strong start and we've shown glimpses to others to that it's a very dangerous Karachi side. But there's still room for more, which I'm looking forward to. I think what's important for us is to keep sticking to the process.
Yeah.
We've got a process. Tournaments are won over just doing your process, banging it out,
One game at a
banging it
time.
out,
Yeah.
and then suddenly you're starting to reach the last few days of the tournament, and then it's just okay, wow, we're at the end now. A couple of more good performances, and we lift a trophy. So just keep doing the process. Everybody just look after your bodies, look after your minds, and don't expect too much from yourselves as a player. Like,
Yeah.
keep your standards high, but don't think you're going to turn up and be man of the match every game, because that's not reality. But over the course of 10 games, as Mo said, if he can perform a couple of times, and in between that he chips in, he's doing a great job for the team.
Yeah.
And everybody's doing that. That's a very, very strong outfit.
Favorite person in the dressing room?
There's a few. I really like Zams on that side.
Zams?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love his attitude.
Yeah,
I love Zams.
I like the way he carries himself.
Rav, for
You
you?
always love overseas players.
Yes, of course I do. I'm a good host.
I don't have a favorite.
Mate, you're more...
My favorite local player
You're
is
more local than I am. As
my
far as
favorite
Karachi
local
Kings
is
go.
Hassan.
Hassan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a favorite.
Oh, right. This is a diplomatic answer.
No, it's not. Genuinely, I don't have a favorite.
So you dislike all
I
of
love
us?
all the boys.
You dislike all of us?
No.
No, I love all the boys. I dislike you.
For me, by the way, a pleasant addition to the dressing room has been Salman Ali Agha.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
he's quality.
Brilliant
Oh
guy.
my God.
He is
is
awesome.
such a legend of a man.
He is
Yeah.
a top guy.
He's
Top
a
guy.
top guy.
Very, very good. Very good company.
Very good company.
Funny.
Very relaxed, funny.
Yeah.
Good for the young boys as well.
Yeah.
Very good.
And
He has a slightly different vision for the game
yeah.
to probably just regular Pakistanis, I think.
Yeah.
He's very consistent as well.
And again, another nerd of the sport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I think what's good about him is he's consistent as a human.
Yeah.
So every day he's the same.
Yeah.
He's not going to turn up and be absolutely grumpy one day, not talk to anyone, and then the next day he's going to be going crazy, laughing. He's very consistent. Every day he turns up the same, and that's very important to have.
Agha is one new addition I love. Obviously, Azam, I've known him
it's
personally.
quality.
Yeah.
I think all of us love Azam.
Yeah, everyone loves us.
All of
Everybody
us.
loves Azam.
Everyone loves Azam.
Yeah.
And he's someone who is always there to practice. We've already mentioned the UAE boys. Oh my God, I might just end up naming 19 players and of
But again,
course-
Azam is the same. He's
Just
Yeah.
consistent. Consistent people.
consistent, right? Guys, thank you so much for your time. I know it's very, very late. You guys have your run game to go back to, which was extremely important. You guys were primarily signed to play run this season of the PSL. But obviously, Mo, it's a pleasure to have you,
Thank you.
with us. Again, gives me another opportunity to share the dressing room with you. Rav, just keep on doing what you're doing, mate. Everything you touch seems to turn to gold, except for your run cards. But yeah, apart from that, that was it from this special, very, very special episode of the ARY podcast for the HPL PSL season 11. Inshallah Ta'ala, we'll come back once again with another interview for you. Till then, see you.